walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Hey, finally I broke out that mold. I rejuvenate my soul. I told them demons adios. Cause anytime they coming back like mold, they don't ever really go. They're just waiting by the door. Hey. I can't blame no one for what I chose. Made it bad, of course I know that I'm just reaping what I sowed. Fighting like I'm Bruce Leroy. When my head is underwater, I'm just waiting on the glow. Until it come, the spirits on my top. Devil putting belt to ass. You could be another notch. I get more attention from the fam. Yeah, they checking how I move, but now it's different how they watch. Someone like they waiting for a fall. They're rejoicing if I do, as if I don't know the plot. Don't know the old me is buried alive. I will let you view the body as soon as this post stop. Yeah. See, when you on the right road, the devil takes an avenue to get control of your traction. The soft target, weaker vessel trying to take me out my spirit. I control my reaction. It's easy as the wrong thing being said to each other out of turn. Now we clashing. Surely if I were to give in, everything good in her mind I did would get snatched then. Lord forbid, if I'm not that great and my foot happened to slip and I commit one mistake, tell me you gon' handle me with grace. What about my better deeds? You gon' wipe that all away? See, I pray you never fall, man, but if you ever do, those same balances in place. Remember that while you sitting proud with your feet kicked up as you judge another's case. Are you really in the spirit, or you watch your brother fall, then you go and commentate, Yeah. See, we build a little different. Brotherhood, the last chamber, and that's what we propagate. Yeah. Only leaders in my circles run your mouth like L7s. Niggas moving out of shape. Yeah. We don't never take the bait. See, my logo SOT, that ain't how we operate.
I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Hey, finally I broke out that mold. I rejuvenate my soul. I told them demons adios. Cause anytime they coming back like mold, they don't ever really go. They're just waiting by the door. Hey. I can't blame no one for what I chose. Made it bad, of course I know that I'm just reaping what I sowed. Fighting like I'm Bruce Leroy. When my head is underwater, I'm just waiting on the glow. Until it come, the spirits on my top. Devil putting belt to ass. You could be another notch. I get more attention from the fam. Yeah, they checking how I move, but now it's different how they watch. Someone like they waiting for a fall. They're rejoicing if I do, as if I don't know the plot. Don't know the old me is buried alive. I will let you view the body as soon as this post stop. Yeah. See, when you on the right road, the devil takes an avenue to get control of your traction. The soft target, weaker vessel trying to take me out my spirit. I control my reaction. It's easy as the wrong thing being said to each other out of turn. Now we clashing. Surely if I were to give in, everything good in her mind I did would get snatched then. Lord forbid, if I'm not that great and my foot happened to slip and I commit one mistake, tell me you gon' handle me with grace. What about my better deeds? You gon' wipe wipe that all away. See, I pray you never fall, man, but if you ever do, those same balances in place. Remember that while you sitting proud with your feet kicked up as you judge another's case. Are you really in the spirit, or you watch your brother fall, then you go and commentate, Yeah. See, we build a little different. Brotherhood, the last chamber, and that's what we propagate. Yeah. Only leaders in my circles run your mouth like L7s. Niggas moving out of shape. Yeah. We don't never take the bait. See, my logo SOT, that ain't how we operate.
Above All Nations, a brand rooted with our heritage in mind. Featuring the Babylon Has Fallen hoodie, this mighty piece is a bold statement describing the times we're living in. Also perfect for keeping warm while standing firm in your faith. You won't be able to miss the vibrant Song of Solomon tee, inspired by Song of Solomon 1 and 10, a piece that represents our royal heritage that the Most High gave us. Head over to aboveallnations.shop to grab yours now. They're moving fast. That's aboveallnations.shop. Kwame Astrology.
I hope y'all like that. That was Debunking by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why is she evil?
Because like, yeah, they would say
She into astrology.
nah, she would say evil for us. It's like
She's just crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she's manipulative. Well, now he's saying
I wouldn't say evil.
Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that.
They're gonna show you that at the end.
So that he's got to knock him out in like 1 minute. That's probably
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Oh man, what the fuck going on, Scooter?
Soldier Yatham, Sign rank 2. Let's get it. When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get thee behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get thee behind me, Satan. Seem like a never end the war between flesh and the spirit. I heard that voice say this the way I pray my Lord was hear it. I'm treating sin like it got cooties, don't wanna get near it. If not pertaining to the Father, I'm sorry, I'm fearless. Won't take a left turn all right when it's a narrow path. You keep the law, you get the kingdom, I can simple math. Both in your house all day on Hamashiach's behalf. Deny the mark of the beast, or drink from the cup of wrath. Keep your spirit pure, practice on fasting and praying. You will say you must multiply your faith and your patience. Love thy neighbor as thyself, don't never betray me. And if you're tempted, pray and say, get thee behind me, Satan. When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get thee behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get thee behind me, Satan.
I'ma do it how I laws, I got my faculties. And every single precept make my point to value these. Example, humble me, I'm grounded like what gravel be. We law about in any shirt with fringes, that's my casualty. Revelation say the Savior color copper be our own. Ancient kind, but front them crackers copper please. Fall balance, abomination to God, so now obviously. Give you fair warning, don't try that angle, that's our size of lead. Off the muscle, not one to just watch it suffer. Don't be respect of persons, any wise rebuke your brother. Prepare myself for tribulations, that which worketh patience. No thinking about being grimy, get D behind me, Satan. Get D behind me, Satan.
When you brought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get thee behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get thee behind me, Satan. You brought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no.
Yeah.
To wrestle against the evils of this world, because the scriptures say what? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and evil and wickedness in the high places, man. Right? That's what you're fighting against, man. You're fighting against the bombs, the medicine, something to ease our spirit, something to ease our soul. Where's the bomb? Where's the medicine for our land? Where's the medicine for our people today? But we got it right here. When you come into this truth, you gotta know what you're signing up for. That's why the scriptures say, what? If you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. That's how you come to talk that power. Right? That's right.
That purges you and makes you clean physically. But this is a great parable, but purges you.
Live longer. We here for what we here for. What you here for? The story to tell. I don't know where my story gonna end, but if I wake up, I'll do it again. I just gotta live longer.
Shalom, 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 Yashra Allah, shalom, shalom. No, we back at it. Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? Back like we never left. As always, you know, it's your host, Captain Kaya Bonloya. With me also is my co-host, Captain Shalama, right out of SOT Bay Area in California. And last but not least, we got the brother, Soldier Abaya, man. Give the brothers a round of applause, man. Give the brothers a round of applause, man. You know, I believe that we got a pretty interesting lesson for y'all tonight, man. Right? I believe we got a pretty interesting lesson for y'all tonight. Oh, y'all might be wondering where Officer Kwabza Allah is. Officer Kwabza Allah, you know, he's handling some business right now, man. You know, Officer Kwabza Allah do a lot. He do a lot of work, man. He always working, right? He always putting in his brick when it comes to serving the Lord, right? He always putting in his brick, right? So sometimes, you know, the brother need, you know, gotta sit down. He taking up all the work from all the other brothers sometimes, man. See, look, see, look at him, see, always working.
Hey, Yatham was trying to scoff a bit.
Huh?
Yatham was trying to scoff a bit.
Yeah, he don't need sleep, man. That's a robot, man. Cause Allah is a machine, man. But yeah, man. I think that we have a pretty interesting lesson for y'all tonight. I don't think it's gonna be that long. Honestly, I really don't think it's gonna be that much of a extensive lesson. This lesson is really designed and geared towards our young folk out there. You know, people in my generation and Abaya's generation. You know, not more so Shalama. You know, that brother's a dinosaur. You know.
What the brother say?
But now you got some crazy old bats out there. So, this lesson is really geared towards, our younger brothers and sisters out there, who are in college and whatnot. And of course, our brothers and sisters out there who like to gaze up at the stars and whatnot and base their entire life, personality, characteristics, goals off of stars and zodiac signs. So, we gonna really destroy that in the spirit and truth tonight, man. Hey, we have a very esteemed guest, man.
All praises, Captain Mike.
Captain Micaiah in the building, man. Captain Micaiah in the building.
That's
right? Hey, but y'all know how we do. Before we get started, y'all know how we do, man. Y'all got to tap in. Gotta tap in. Make sure that you are paying attention to the times and the seasons. That's what the moon and the stars and whatnot are for. It's for you to measure the times and the seasons, right? Not for you to assign it to your personality, right? And base your Salakia, y'all, I heard a noise, but it's nothing. Base your entire personality off of a damn zodiac sign that Esau decided to put his little 2 cents in. No, man. No. Right? So make sure you take a screenshot of this calendar. Right? We just had a mighty new moon, 5th month. Just had a mighty new moon. It was on I think it was on a Thursday night. Y'all got to show up to these new moons, man. It's commanded by the Lord. And if you can't show up in person, you got to be keeping it at home, man. You got to be keeping a new moon at home. Make it fun for your children, right? Decorate. You know what I'm saying? Cook something up real good. Throw something on the grill. It's a feast of the Lord. We got to celebrate the new moons, right? So our next new moon is on August 22nd. It's the 6th month, August 22nd. Please make sure you send your email to sotfeastday@gmail.com if you want to RSVP. Our next major feast day that's coming up, right, is
Trumpets.
Feast of Trumpets, right? The Feast of Trumpets is coming up September 21st. Please make sure you put in your email, sotfeastday@gmail.com, right? And should I say it? Nah, I'm gonna wait. I was gonna say y'all should send in y'all emails for tabernacles as well to RSVP, but we it's a whole different way that we setting that up. I believe we're gonna do that through Eventbrite, like how we did Passover. So please make sure that y'all are up to date with the Lord's feast days, man. The Lord's feast days. All right, these are very important. All right. Also, man, you men, you mighty strong men out there, man. 18 and up. If you would like to join Sons of Thunder Israelites, please email it. Please send your email of inquiry to sotisraelites@gmail.com. I believe we just started a prospect phase. Am I right, Shalom?
Hey, Khan, just started, man.
Khan, we just started a prospect phase. So, for my strong warriors out there who are eager to push this word and put your brick into building up the Most High God's kingdom, please send in an email to sotisraelites@gmail.com so that you can catch the next prospect phase. For my lovely, meek and shamefaced and humble sisters out there who love to serve the Lord and would like to put your brick in to build up the Most High God's kingdom, please send an email to pillarsofrest@gmail.com. Hey, Shalom, what phase are we on? Are we working on the next phase of Pillars of Rest?
Not moment. So, sisters, y'all got time to send in y'all emails. Send in y'all emails, and y'all can be part of the working of the next phase of Pillars of Rest.
Yeah. Oh, did we wrap up phase 3 already?
Con.
Okay.
Yeah, we wrapped up phase 3. You know, them sisters are pretty much in already,
Right.
and you know, Lord willing, we can be able to get another phase started real soon.
Con. So there you have it. That's the 3rd generation of Pillars of Rest, man. You know, we building this thing from the ground up, man, and y'all can definitely be a part of it, man. Y'all can definitely be a part of the foundational work, right? So if you would like to be a part of Pillars of Rest phase 4, please send in your emails to pillarsofrest@gmail.com for all my lovely sisters out there who want to help put their brick in and building up the Most High God's kingdom, man. The sisters do a lot. The sisters do a lot of work. I'm telling you, all right? If you're going to join Sons of Thunder Israelites, you're going to be doing some work. I'm telling you that right now, all right? So make sure you prepare for that, all right? And I don't say that to try to scare y'all away or nothing like that. No, that's just genuine. That's just how it is in this body. You know, we work over here. What else? Oh, absolutely. Our Patreon. You have to subscribe to our Patreon. We have the best spiritual edification on the planet. Yes, we have the best spiritual edification on the planet via our Patreon. If you do the standard, right, you get it's $15 a month. You get consistent edification from our powerful soldiers, right? You get a live stream of feast days and exclusive events, and you also get photos and social updates. You know, so like you may see tabernacle photos or Passover photos and whatnot. You get different special updates of different events that that the Pillars of Rest may be hosting or putting together. If you so the standard and the Pillars of Rest phase, the Pillars of Rest tier are pretty much the exact same thing. However, the Pillars of Rest tier, you gain that exclusive teaching tailored exclusive for our sisters, right? You get the sisters Telegram chat, right? Access to membership of Sons of Thunder Israelites as a sister, right? Like the flyer I showed earlier, being a part of the Pillars of Rest. All right. For our elite tiers, $35 a month. You get everything that you have in the previous tiers, right? But you also get access to the tribal fitness, and you also get access to the captain's corner, right? Videos from our powerful, mighty captains, giving you all kinds of edification and historical documents that you can study. And it's just a lot of different information that's on those videos and on our Patreon as a whole, right? So honestly, the elite tier is the most what's the word I'm looking for?
Most popular.
Yeah, most popular, most
bang for your buck.
Nah, that's not the word I wanted to use. What it's like dang, my brain. Basically, this is a good value. The elite tier, because you get everything previously. You get the tribal fitness, you get the captain's corner, right? And it's only for $35 a month. Now, if you want the bang for your buck, right? Really, all of it is really bang for your buck. But if you want the bang for your buck, right? You get the executive tier. You get access to everything what you had before, right? You have access to all standard Patreon content, free SOT Patreon apparel and merch, access to SOT Finance Telegram with tutorials as well. Look, our finance team are some are professionals, man. I'm telling you that right now. Our finance committee are professionals. They know what they're doing. So if you need, financial advice, financial counseling, and whatnot, make sure you hit up the SOT Finance, man. All right, you get the IDC web store discount. You get access to the SOT web store. Yes, we have a SOT web store. You get discounted SOT event access and 1 monthly video request. Right, so you're able to request a video of your choosing every month, right? Whatever topic that you want a brother to teach on that you're interested in, Brothers will do that for you. Brothers will take care of that for you. So if you want the bang bang for your buck, you got to get that executive tier. All right. All right. Oh, last but not least, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in to the SOT After Hours, The Quiet Storm. The Quiet Storm, hosted by Captain Shalimar out of the SOT Bay Area, man. They got live Q&A sessions. You can call in to discuss the topic on the table, and he deals with real-world truths that echo in the silence of the night. You gotta drop a bomb for that. Hold on, gotta drop a bomb for that.
Hey, let y'all know, Friday, it's gonna be real spooky hours. It's gonna be real spooky hours. So this class is not gonna be for the children at all. Cause I don't want to, I don't want them to get nightmares, things of that nature. But it's gonna be real spooky hours. So make sure y'all ready and not too superstitious with
Hey,
it.
it sounds like the captain got something really special planned for y'all, man. So y'all got to tune in and subscribe, like, share, comment, all of the SOT channels, man. Bay Area, Watchtower, the main channel, Alabama, DC, Jacksonville, Florida, Quashash.
That's it.
That's it.
Alabama?
I said Alabama. Right? Without further ado, I ain't got the thumbnail up here. Damn, that's all right. Without further ado.
Oh, if you want to get the thumbnail real quick, I want to ask the chat a question.
I can't get it.
Oh, okay, come.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it on here. That's Clubs Allah's expertise right there. But go ahead and ask the question.
So I just noticed. Don't throw no chairs at me. Don't stone me. I just noticed this glass I'm drinking out of. It wasn't on purpose. I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't think y'all be able to see that.
What does it say?
It says Capricorn on there.
Nah.
See, I knew this brother was an agent, man.
Move on.
It says Capricorn on here.
This brother's an agent. I knew it. This brother, he's an infiltrator. All right, we need to shun this brother. No, I'm playing.
Hey, chat. Am I all for drinking out of this glass? Out of this glass? Is this glass unclean?
Yes.
Oh. Idolatry.
Oh.
Other said I'm in idolatry.
I needed 2 slaps for that.
Great.
Hey, Adawan asks, is it half full or half empty?
Oh, it's half empty. It's half empty because I ain't filling it up. I'm depleting it.
They throwing chairs at you already, man. Hey, relax, man. Relax, man. Don't shed the blood of your own brother, man. Right? Yeah. But listen, without further ado, all right, without further ado, we're going to be bringing down the skies tonight. We bringing down the skies tonight, man. We bringing down the skies. We bringing down the skies. We bringing down the astrology beliefs and the zodiac beliefs, right? Applying zodiac signs to your personality. Come on, man. We got to stop doing that. Look, my young Black, Hispanic, Native American brothers and sisters out there, listen to me. Please understand. Right? The religion of astrology and zodiacs is rooted in heavy idolatry. We're about to get into it right now. Let's get into it right now. Let me share my screen. Right? Which one do I want to pull up first? Shalimar, you want me to pull up your thing first?
We can't. I could go into it.
All right.
I could go into it. I'm gonna read this first.
Okay, go ahead.
So, hey, just to let y'all know, I gotta. Oh, you can take that off the screen. I'm gonna read something else first.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna lead up to that. So I just want to let you know, I gotta, and probably some of y'all other brothers, at least me personally, I got a real heavy alt with zodiacs and horoscopes and things of that nature, tellers of time and all that kind of witchcraft and spooky and fandango mindsets and very broadened imaginations.
Hey, Michael, I'll say you capping.
You know, especially you know, I'm gonna be real with it, especially geared towards our sisters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know Zaya got Azia got an alt with them too. You know, he called them out by name. I don't even know it. Of course, yeah, and dealing with numbers and all of that. You know, you're over there texting her at 11:11, 4:11, 4:20, 3:33, 2:21.
Now listen. I do want to say this though, right? Well, there's significance in numbers in the Bible. Yes, we understand the significance of what 7 represents, completion. We understand the significance of number 6 is the number of man, right? And there's a couple other more numbers in the Bible that represent certain things as well. However, what the captain is explaining is numerology, like what Captain Yazabad just put in the chat. That numerology spirit, right? That spirit of superstition, of believing that you seeing a certain pattern of numbers means that this event is going to play out this way in your life or whatever it may be, right? It's all superstition. It's all superstitious, right? Matter of fact, I believe the scriptures tell you to not be superstitious.
Oh.
I would have to find that. I have to fact check that. Don't quote me on that. But go ahead,
Hey, Abaya, let's start out with some scripture. Let's guard our spirit. Let's guard our mind. Let's get the word of the Lord. Let's get a couple of precepts first. And we're gonna start with the Apocrypha. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. Because this is rooted in idolatry, and you're going into, if you're giving any of this kind of reverence, you're in sin, because it's spiritual fornication. Go ahead and bring that up.
You said 14 and 12?
Gosh,
the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
So the devising, you giving reverence to them idols, thinking they going to do something, and that these gods are depicting your life. Read.
And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
And you even corrupted these things. It has even corrupted the very well-being of humanity. I will say, you know, loosely using that, you know, on earth, but in your own lives, because some of us, you guys, miss out on opportunities and things in that life because you're giving yourself over into superstitious acts of God's idols.
Yep, that's a scripture, sister. Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, "Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious."
Mm-hmm.
You are too superstitious.
That's it.
You gotta be like the elder with it. You gotta drag out the S. You are too superstitious. Spirits, doctrines, right? Of course, we know this account, right? This account is Paul preaching the Most High God, right, through Hamashiach Yahushua to the Athenians, right, to the Israelites in Athens, right? However, his observation of them is that you are too superstitious. Y'all are bowing down to y'all are worshiping a statue with the inscription that says "to the unknown God," right? You are too superstitious. Relax, right? That's what I need my brothers, my young brothers and sisters out there to understand, right? You are too superstitious. And you bring your superstitions into this Bible as well. You try to bring your superstitions into this Bible, right? That's what a lot of Christians do. A lot of Christians, y'all are very superstitious with the Bible. For example, the speaking in tongues, right? Y'all believe speaking in tongues, most Christians, I'm not going to say all of them. Most Christians, y'all believe speaking in tongues is saying a bunch of gibberish. Right? Should have bought a Honda, stuff like that. Now you should have got a Toyota or something. I don't know. Right? But y'all's too superstitious, man. You believe that, for example, when a lot of y'all say, oh, I don't need a teacher, the Spirit teaches me. Not understanding that the Spirit is teaching you, indeed, but through somebody. It's not like you wake up one day, I don't want a damn demon language. That's exactly what that is. It's not like you wake up one day and it's a pillar of light in your room and touches your forehead and now you gained all the knowledge in the scriptures. No. The scriptures say what? How can a man learn unless he have a teacher? How can I understand doctrine unless I have a preacher? Somebody to teach it to me, to make me understand, right? We've got to stop being so superstitious. That's something that plagues our community, our superstition, right? Go ahead, Ak.
Hey, Con. And that's the thing about it. Some of our people be fearful of planets aligning. Y'all don't know when the planets are aligning.
Hey, Shalom, you remember when it was supposed to be December 20th or something like that a couple years ago, and there was like when the planets align and see, you see, it's our people. It be our people, right? They say when the planets align, Black people are going to get superpowers. Y'all remember that?
God.
Man, I remember that.
Negroes was waking up in the morning thinking that they had superpowers because the planets were aligning. Come on, man.
Y'all remember that?
Let's live in reality. Let's live in reality and let's focus on and get back to the true power, which is the Most High God. And I understand. I understand. Our people want to see miracles. They do, because our people are brokenhearted, man. Our people are in despair. Our people are broken, and it takes skill and someone of understanding and reasoning to be able to teach our people, right, and to sympathize with them and to exhort them. And you're only going to find that with the Hebrew Israelites. All right? Salakia, go ahead. My fault.
Con, you good. And y'all remember that movie, that Disney Channel movie, Sky High? I think that was called. And all of them got superpowers.
Yeah.
That's what all think that was going to happen on that day.
Yeah.
You know, no. But let me be like that. Let me calm down because they don't know this information. A lot of planets aligning, this, that, and the third is. We're gonna teach it. We're gonna teach it tonight. But let's get some scriptures, put out first. Let's teach the scriptures first because we're gonna dive in on the left-hand side. And we gotta have the entire armor of God. Because some of us are different levels in this truth. Me personally, if you know me, I give no reverence to any kind of idol. For it is one God. We are one Lord and one baptism, and that truth is in Yahweh. That's what I believe. Mm-hmm. Right? But understand, we all believe that, but understand, our levels on it. Some people, I won't call y'all superstitious, but y'all may be just a little bit stitious. But that's all right. That's all right. But go ahead, read that from the top again for me.
God, it's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
So you giving the reverence to these things, to idols, because understand, even Paul said there are lords many and gods many. He just called devils and demons gods. Understand that thing. Those idols are demons and devils, powers of the left-hand side, right? God. But you giving yourself into those things, that is the start of spiritual fornication. And it is a plethora of them. It's a legion of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Look what Captain Mike.
Stitious.
Just a little bit.
A brand new word.
Go ahead, finish that out.
Okay. And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
And y'all corrupted your mind. Life is now corrupted because you're unstable in all your ways. You dabble over here in astrology and astronomy, astrology and astronomy, which is likely, but we're gonna break that down. But then you also dealing with over here in I'm gonna say in the Christian church, but then you over here quoting Proverbs and Psalms.
Yeah.
And then what am I saying? You're unstable in all your ways. That's what I'm saying. All right. Read on.
Okay. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
These idols was never your God in the beginning. The worship and reverence of, let me not say worship, because that's what it is, but our people's not going to understand that. The reverence of you giving these idols some kind of a status in your life. Read that again.
For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
Those was never supposed to be your guide.
Yeah.
Because it was stated in the law. Let's get the law. Give me Deuteronomy 4:19 in the GNT. Give me that in the GNT.
Read that real quick.
And then if you can read that, and then about it, you give me Job 9:9.
Deuteronomy 4:19.
Because I'm gonna teach y'all. The Bible, the Adonai said, the elder said it before. The Bible don't teach you about the Bible don't teach you how to do these kinds of things. It just calls it out by name. You're not going to see accounts in the Bible where they're forming constellations and how they did it in the reverence in the reverence of it and all that. No, they just call it out by name, and this is what it is. The Most High God told you don't do it. Don't be likened to the heathens round about. Right? You understand Jeremiah 10? We get that class. We might as well. But
we gonna get that.
Go ahead and read that Deuteronomy 4:19 in the GNT first.
Right. So this is what it reads. Right. I want y'all to see it as well. Can y'all see?
Carl.
Okay.
Slow.
My computer running a little slow. Probably got too many tabs open. It says, "Do not be tempted to worship and serve what you see in the sky, the sun, the moon, and the stars. The Lord your God has given these to all other peoples for them to worship."
That's their gods. Don't be tempted. Don't even think, because we understand that the stars and the moon and the sun, those are for what tells of the seasons. That's all it is, and that's what all the Most High God told you but to do. He didn't tell you those 2 stars, those 3 stars right there, they're lining up with these planets, and if it lines up with these planets on this day of the month at this hour, and you're born at this time, you're going to feel this kind of way. No, we're not dealing with that.
No.
He didn't put the sun and the moon and the stars, and he didn't give you the constellation because the way the Most High God decorated the sky, which is beautiful. Obviously, right. You all, go out. Tabernacle is coming up. Lord willing, the skies is clear to go up and be in awe of it and admire the Most High God's creation.
Right.
But that's not for you to sit here and paint a goat with a fish body. And you putting that on yourself. You calling yourself after that God, after that idol.
It's because what we learned to do was worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Right? That's what we decided to do. We decided to worship and serve the creature, right? The one who was created, instead of worshiping the creator. Right? I got a precept real quick. Give me Genesis chapter 1. Right? Give me Genesis chapter 1. And I think I want verse 14.
God. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Yep, read that.
God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
Read.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
And to assign characteristics and personalities at birth. That's what it say, right?
And let them be for lights in the firmaments of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
Nah, bro. It's got to be in here somewhere, bro. It's got to say, and to influence personality traits and characteristics, right? It say that in there somewhere, right? That's what it say that, right? What are we doing? We can't hold this up. We can't hold this up and claim to be about this, right? When we indulge in things like zodiacs and astrology, we can't do that, man. Right? Go ahead, Art.
Gone. Let's read that Job 9 and 9. Because what I'm doing is I'm painting a picture to y'all of the powers of some of the powers on the left-hand side. They're there, but don't you go into it. Moses just told you, y'all don't. That's given to the other nations. To the other nations, and Job understood that thing. Give me Job 9 and 9.
God, it's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 9, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south.
Read that again.
Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers.
Those are the names of the gods in the sky. We just read it. The Most High God gave them the name. Gave them gods. Am I saying the Most High God named them these things? No. What I'm saying is, at that time of Job's time, now, slacking for my ignorance, I'm not too privy on, I don't think we even teach what time period Job would be in. But at that time period, that's what they was calling those the constellations at that time. Because even if you go into other translations, it will name different Hebrew or even some Greek names of the gods in the sky at that time. Right. So Job is, if you go into this, Job is giving honor and reverence to the Most High God because he understands he's the one and creator of all these things. If you read from the top, right? So that's just Job identifying. He know those are there, but I'm not giving reverence to that, right? That's another example of these constellations in another madness. Let's get one more. Let's get.
Check this out too, right, family? Something I need to point out. Something that y'all gotta understand, right? What the Captain Shalimah is saying, right, and what the Bible is saying as well, where you see scriptures that say, for example, right? Let's read this real quick. Actually, no, we'll get that in a minute. But when you see scriptures like what Shalimah brought out, Deuteronomy 4 and 19, right? Where it says the Most High God gave them gods to worship and whatnot, right? The scriptures aren't teaching you that these deities and whatnot that the other nations worship are real. The scriptures is not teaching you that. The scriptures is not teaching you that there are actual, real, moving powers or deities that are in opposition to the Most High God. No, that's not what the scriptures are teaching you. The scriptures are teaching you that the Most High God's portion is Israel, and he's their God, right? And the Most High God allowed the other nations to basically go into strong delusions, right? One of the scriptures teaches that the Most High God could send forth a strong delusion, right? And then along with a plethora of scriptures that teaches us that idols are nothing. There must needs be born. They cannot speak nor move, right? And we're going to get into some accounts too, which prove those things, right? So the gods of the other nations, they're not real. They don't exist. They don't exist. It's not a real deity called Baal. There's not a real deity called Molech. There's not a real deity called Baal, right? Those deities aren't real. It's just what the other nations decided to erect for themselves. For example, like the golden calf with the children of Israel, right? That's an idol that the children of Israel decided to erect for themselves. Did that golden calf have any power? Could it do anything? No, it's not real, right? Go ahead. I just want to.
God, hey, the captain is right. The captain is right. You know, there's no those things. I tell people all that those things is not real. But if you let it be real, you're going to be swallowed up in your imagination of delusions. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to get into that. We're not going. That's a class for another time.
You must be saving that for the late hours.
That's a late hour class. That's late hour class because we're going to get spooky on that. But give me one more because I'm just giving brothers and sisters precepts so y'all can mark our sword because sometimes you may never heard these precepts before. Like I said, I understand we got different levels of our people that's coming in this truth. Sometimes we need a reminder. Sometimes I've been in this truth about 4 or 5 years and I hear a precept and what? Go ahead and write it down. But let's get that because we quote it all the time. Give me 1 Corinthians 8 and 5. Let me give me 1 Corinthians 8 and 5. And I'm gonna get one more. I want one more in Galatians, and then we're gonna get spooky. Then we're gonna get a little stitches.
Yeah.
God, it's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 5. But though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords.
So I just like it right there. Let's get deep with though it be in heaven or in earth. Paul is talking about the constellations in the sky. Because the ones that's in the third heaven, no, that's the angels understand. Actually, the demons from the left-hand side, they understand it's only one God. They got their job, but they're not messing with the Most High God. Captain Ashala said Satan is your adversary, not his adversary.
Yeah,
right?
Satan can't be adversarial to the Most High because the Most High God is the one who allows him to move the way he moves. He commands him. Matter of fact, he commanded him in the account with Job, right? He commanded him with the account with David, where it says, roughly paraphrasing, when David numbered the people, right? One account says that Satan did it. Another account says that God did it, right? Because the Most High God is the one orchestrating it. He's the puppet master. So how can Satan oppose God? Like, how can Satan fight back against God? No. Satan has a specific job and a specific purpose, right? His purpose is to tempt you, is to knock you off your square. That's his purpose. His purpose is to set you at variance with the Most High God. That's Satan's purpose, right? And the Most High God allows him to move the way he moves so that he can refine you, so that God can refine you and try you as gold is tried in the fire, right? Like with our beloved brother Job. And we're going to get into his account tonight as well. But go ahead.
Finish that. I said one more, but we got to bring this one out. But finish that out about it.
You want to start from the top?
No, you can go to the next verse.
Okay, verse 6. But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Kind of. Then you go over there to Deuteronomy and to the Shema, right? And to understand that breakdown.
Now wait a minute. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Read that precept again.
God, but to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Now, see, brothers will try to use that scripture, right? To you know, a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna go into it. Because this is not the class for that. It's just, you know, ever since, you know, the elder made the rediscovery of the John 1:1 thing, right? Because the John 1:1 thing, that's ancient, right? So the elder made a rediscovery of the John 1:1 thing. Ever since then, you know, it's just a lot of things just been clicking. But yeah, go ahead. My fault.
I knew. I felt like you was about to go there, and I wanted to, but that's why I just said that. You know, we go to the law. I said y'all can do that in your own study,
right?
In your own time. So let's get one. Let's get the one capsule. That's a good one. Then I want to go to Galatians 5:20, and then we're gonna get stitious with it. So give me Wisdom of Solomon 15:15. That's a good one.
God, it's the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15 and verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathens to be gods.
Right. So right there, you get all these idols of the heathens. Those are the nations round about. The Most High God told you, don't do that. Don't follow after those gods wherever he places you. He said that in the law. Then Jeremiah, then the prophet spoke the same exact thing. Right? Solomon telling the same exact thing here. Read.
Which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. As for their feet, they are slow to go.
Read.
For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make a God like unto himself.
No man can make a God like unto himself. Those things are not real. What the cat brought out earlier, they're not living. They're fake.
Hey, the brother put a great precept, Psalm 115:4, right?
Y'all dropping them tonight.
It says, their idols are silver and gold, the works of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throats. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. That's why the Most High God said, what? Cursed be the man who makes flesh his arm, right? Or cursed be the man who trusts in the strength of Egypt, right? Because what does Egypt trust in? Egypt trusts in their gods, right? Egypt trusts in their idols and in their riches and in the power of their horses and chariots. But the scriptures say what? Some men trust in their horses and in their chariots, but we trust in the Most High God, right? The true power, right? Now you bring that to modern times, right? Cursed is the man who leans on the strength of America. Because what does America believe in? America believes in nothing, right? All America believes in is consumption, greed, all manners of lasciviousness, and all manners of wickedness. That's what America worships and believes in. So woe to you who puts your trust in this wicked land, man. Right? Woe to you who put your trust into any idol. You can make an idol out of anything. Right? You can make an idol out of your phone. You can make an idol out of your job. You can make an idol out of that woman that you like, out of that man that you like. Right? You can make an idol out of your entertainment, TV, whatever, celebrity, whatever. Right? Because you putting them before your service of God. You're putting them before the Most High God. That's why the Most High God said what? Thou shalt have no other God front my face. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Right? You shall not make any images of them, nor make any graven images of them. Right? You should not bow down yourself to them, nor worship them, because they're not real. It's time to start serving and worshiping the Creator, not the creature, man. Right? Go ahead, Ak.
Hey, woe unto them that put their trust in Egypt. For leaning on Egypt, leaning on America, leaning on these other gods is like leaning on a broken reed. Mm-hmm. And it's going to pierce you in your hand. In other words, it's going to come bite you in the tail. Right? So let's get one more precept. Hey, brothers, because like I said, we're gonna get little stitches. I don't give a damn about slacking. I don't care about it. I ain't worried about it. This is very interesting topic.
It is. And we got to get into it because even King Solomon said what? In the book of Ecclesiastes, he said what? I made myself to know madness and folly. Right? We know that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. And we teach at this camp, I can't disagree with you unless I know what you teach. Right? Unless I know your position, I know what you're talking about. Right? So that's how, from our brothers and sisters watching, that's how you increase your studies and your range of topics that you could discuss, right? And different doctrines and strongholds you can smash down because you're looking into it, right? You're searching it out. The scriptures say that it's the glory of a king to search out a matter, right? Roughly paraphrasing. But go ahead, Ak.
Hey, what I got you in the bio?
Galatians 5:20.
Start at 16. Start at 16. And like I said, we put on the whole armor of God. Brothers and sisters are in the spirit. I want a lot of chat engagement on tonight. I want to see that y'all in the valley of life, right?
Oh yeah, they in here.
They in here. Okay, go ahead and read that for me.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. Mm-hmm. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
So don't walk ye in the spirit. Don't you go seeking after other gods because your flesh may want to do that because you see the heathen nations round about you doing those things. Or even some of your friends that are not in the truth, some of you even your own people, and you may see some kind of benefit of it. But no, read that again.
It says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Brothers and sisters understand of walking in the spirit means. Walking in the spirit is following after the laws of God and everything, seeking ye the kingdom of heaven first, seeking ye the kingdom of God first, and everything else shall be added. Your understanding is going to be broadened. You're going to get that wisdom from the Most High God. But first you have to what? Keep the commandments. That's you operating in the spirit, and therefore you're not fulfilling the desires of your flesh. Now jump down to verse 18.
God.
It's I know, brothers and sisters, I understand. I could have read some of them verses in between, but that's not kind of. I don't think those verses don't really apply to this kind of topic. We can, but understand it, But read verse 18.
Says, but if you be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law.
So if you're in the spirit, you're not under that judgment of the law, right? Mm-hmm. That's just real simple to break it down. Now go ahead and verse 19.
God. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which
so
are
now,
these.
Now it's like so now these things, the works of the flesh, because what your flesh goes contrary to your spirit, because your spirit wants for the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. You read that back up. But if you're operating in the flesh, these are the things that are coming out to be. Go ahead and read that.
God. Adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Fornication.
Right. Right there. Fornication. Understand that thing. Just not a lustful fornication after the eyes of sexual things. Let me say that. Sexual things. No, we're gonna get into spiritual. That covers spiritual fornication as well. Read.
Uncleanness.
And you're making yourself like, and then if you giving reverence to these idols and of that nature, you eating things, sacrifice to idols, and it coupled with giving reverence to those idols, you're now making yourself unclean. So that's 2 right there. Read.
God, lasciviousness. Idolatry.
And idolatry. That's 3. Read.
Witchcraft.
And that's 4. That's all I want on that. That's all, I mean, we can read on. We can read on, but you know, let's go for edification's sake. Let's go ahead and finish that.
Hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that ye which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
You're not going to inherit the kingdom of God if you're in any kind of fornication, any kind of spiritual fornication, let alone sexual fornication. You're not going to inherit the kingdom of God if you're an idolater. And if you're giving reverence to these zodiac signs, yes, you're in idolatry. You're not going to see the kingdom of God. Now, let's get into this. Let's get a little spooky with it. We done got built up. We got the whole armor of God. Let's get some sound effects. Let's get up in this thing because now,
oh yeah, man,
about to be educated. Now y'all about to, you know, y'all lift up. Chris Brannon, he's a Hellenistic astrologer. All right. All what I'm about to read, you know, if you want to know, I'm gonna pull my sources out. I'm gonna give you some of my sources, but a lot of my sources came from the History Channel, Nature Geographic Channel, and other historians, right? Which I am going to call out the name. So this is one Chris Brannon, a Hellenistic astrologer, right?
Wait, is that the
no. This is something else.
Oh, okay.
That's from another book. That's from another book. Which I'm, you know, people, y'all follow along. Y'all follow along, right? So astronomy is the observation of celestial movement. That's astronomy. Celestial movement, things in the sky, right, in the heavens, right? Astrology is the interpretation. Astrology. Oh, we need that thumbnail up. Quasmalo on there. I think I see him in the background. Quasmalo, if you can hear me, put that. Put the thumbnail of the class on here. Put the thumbnail of the class on here if you can hear me. Right? Astrology is the interpretation of the celestial bodies and movements. What does that mean? The celestial bodies and movement. The way the stars and the planets move round about, align, right? That's astrology. They're interpreting what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are very alike. They're very similar, which we're going to get into. Now, I'm not taking exact as words. I kind of put this in my own words. Shooting stars, for instance, right? Don't be spooked out by it, but okay, oh, you see a shooting star. A lot of us probably seen shooting stars. I remember the first time I seen a shooting star, and you know, I was driving that bus at late night, and it chills down my spine. And I said, you know, I said, look at the work of the Most High God, right? I didn't get spooky with it. So in ancient times, there were one of the same person, an astronomer and an astrologer, all right? Astrology didn't originate in one place. Astrology did not originate in one place. The Bible backed that up in Deuteronomy 4:19. There's God's many, Slakia. We read that already. I don't want to quote it because I'm going to misquote it. Mm-hmm. Astrology didn't originate in one place, but a lot of cultures had their own interpretation of these things. Mm-hmm. We understand. You go back to Egypt, right? You go back to Egypt. That's where the Greeks got their knowledge from, of the constellations of the suns. You know, we're going to get into that later on. They all believe there was a correlation between the celestial movements and earthly movements. Brothers and sisters, I'm gonna try not to move too fast through this because I want y'all to understand on how zodiacs is going to come into play in this and how it's madness and it makes no sense. All right, I need to find a word. Captain Kai, if you can find me some synonyms for not wise or stupid. You know, I want to say it in a nice way. Asinine, right? You know, some of these things, you know, it's very asinine. So it was the correlation between the celestial movements. I wrote that down of how the stars and shooting stars and things of that align and how you could create a fish in the sky with the stars and you know the Milky Way and all that stuff, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, all that stuff, right? The movements, but it also correlated with earthly movements. That's it on that. But astrology. What is astrology? Observation of celestial movements, right? Some would say the celestial movements will go into aliens.
Oh Lord!
But but a lot of astronomers, they believe in the celestial movements is of the skies, and they call those gods. That's what they reverence, those stars and things that they call those gods, not an actual alien green head. No, some cultures did, but in the root of this, no, a lot of them that they had arguments on those things. But astrology is dismissed by modern science. That's why I say you don't know when the planets are aligning, because modern science dismissed astrology. About 90% estimated of the world today is aware of astrological signs. What is that? The zodiacs, right? Many people use it as a topic of conversation, like I stated in the beginning. But in no, I do not give reverence to no dang zodiac sign. So they clip that. But in ancient world, they seen it as a way to communicate and reference gods on earth and individuals. They believe in the movement of the constellation and stars was the gods talking to them about life on earth and individuals, even the creation of humanity itself. Oh, y'all understand that? I don't want to move too fast. Put a con in the chat. Let me know y'all understand that, or I need to break this down and read that again.
You have to read that one again. I don't want.
That's terrible.
Con, I'll read it again. About 90% estimated of the world today is aware of astrological signs, zodiacs, right? Capricorn, Taurus, all of that. We're going to get into that later. Many people use it as a topic conversation, right? Oh, you know, what are you? I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Gemini, Taurus.
Yeah, like you brothers, man. Like, come on, man. Don't cap. Don't cap.
Yazia, where you at? You really quiet, Op.
Yeah, where you at, Yazia? Where you at?
He caught out what Aries and Sagittarius is.
You brothers know good and damn well when you was in the world, when Eve come up to you talking about that zodiac mess, you wasn't want to hearing it. You didn't want to hear none of that. But you was playing along with it and indulging her so that you can get what you want. Yes, you were. Yeah. That's you. I caught you. I know about you, right? Because you know, I'm a man. He used to do that too. Eve come up to you, talk about some zodiac. Oh, well, what sign are you? Oh my God, bro. I don't care about none of that. That's what you're saying on the inside, right? On the outside, oh, I'm an Aries. Oh, I'm a Taurus. I'm a Capricorn. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got so much good I got so much good chemistry with a Taurus, you know, stuff like that. And you really don't care. You really don't care. You just playing into the bag so that you can obtain what you after. That's what you're doing. Like, let's be real, man.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Ike.
Crazy, right? But in the ancient world, that means we're going not only into to the Greek time period, but even into the Egyptian time period as well. right? That's how they seen this thing. Because you got to understand, the Greeks got it from ancient Egypt in their libraries. Many people use it, but in the ancient world, they seen it as a way, right here, they seen it as a way to communicate and reference gods on earth and individuals. Right? Gods on earth. Sound like Paul said this. It sounds like Paul told y'all about this already. And individuals, they believe the movement of the constellations and stars. Let me throw this back up here. They believe the movement of the constellation and stars was the gods talking to them about life here on earth. Even the creation of humanity itself. Y'all following along? Let me get some comments.
Even the creation of humanity itself. Sounds very idolatrous to me, right? Let's look at this too. Let me put this on the screen. Let's look at this too, right?
The chat now moving. Y'all still with us? Let me see some comments y'all following along. I'm not sure if it's just my end.
Astrology is a belief system that suggests a connection between the positions of celestial bodies and events on Earth. That's exactly what Shalamar just said, right? While the zodiac is a specific part of astrology, referring to the 12 constellations along the ecliptic path that the sun, moon, and planets appear to travel through. In essence, astrology is the broader framework, and zodiac is a tool within that framework, right? So the astrology is the beliefs and practices that attempts to interpret the influence of celestial objects, stars, and planets, etc., on human affairs and natural events, right? Now, Jeremiah already told you this. Jeremiah chapter 10 already told you this, right? Matter of fact, let's read it.
Come on.
It's some Bible, man. It's some Bible. Jeremiah 10:2.
God, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. The heathen are dismayed at them. Did Jeremiah just say, thus saith the Lord? God. That's the Lord speaking. The Lord already told you, hey, don't be worried about the stars and the planets aligning and this, that, and the third. No, the only thing you need to look to the stars and the moon for and whatnot is to determine the times and the seasons. That it is what the celestial bodies do have no ruling or bearing or authority over your life and your choices that you make in your life. My young Black brothers and sisters, Hispanic brothers and sisters, Native American brothers and sisters, that those of you who believe in this and that kind of stuff, you cannot use the excuse of a zodiac or astrology for the certain decisions that you make in your life. You can't. Right? You can't. The choices that you make in your life are choices that you made. Those are your decisions that you made. Nobody else. Nobody forced you to do anything. You made that decision. Right? You have to take some responsibility for yourself and for your own actions, for your own characteristics. Listen, your characteristics and your personality are formed and shaped through the reality that you live, right? And your reality consists of your home life, how you were raised, the friends that you hang around, who you socialize with, the places you go to hang out, right? The things you watch on TV, the things you learn, right? All of these things have an influence on your character and your personality, right? All the way from when you're a little baby to you being a grown adult. Those things are what influence your personality and your characteristics, not some made up zodiac. A bull that you see in the stars, or a damn what is a Sagittarius? Like
we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, man. It's like, no, man. Yeah, some people trying to blame planets. Some people trying to blame planets being in retrograde, right? Or like, what the hell does that even mean? What the hell does that even mean, man? Exactly. Nature versus nurture. Exactly. Y'all have to take responsibility for the choices that you make in your own life, right? Those are your decisions. It's not the stars that's making you act this way. It's not, bro. It's not real. That's all in your head. It's not real. Go ahead.
And then they use all kinds of symbolism. They go into numerology and with that, right? Or I see at this, what time is it? I just seen a hummingbird. And when so-and-so passed, all I seen was hummingbirds, or all I seen was a robin, and they see it. Oh, what time is? Oh, it's 3:30. That was the hour that he passed. Or I'm just using that for an example, or it's 3:30 or 4:44. Oh, that was the time when I met this person, or something's getting ready to happen, or it means something. Stop being superstitious. Stop being no. You try to direct your own steps. Man, you can't direct your own steps. The most like God have you here, He's gonna have you here. If the most like God have you to meet these people, the most like God will just happen for you to meet those people. Now, let's get back into this. Let's get into the zodiac. What does zodiac mean? Zodiac means it's a circle of animals. Zodiac is a circle of animals, right? This is how it arose. These creatures are represented in the constellation. The origins of these beings are all bound up with different stories of Greek mythology. Astrological horoscope in the West has his origins in many cultures, including Babylonian astrology and ancient Egyptian mathematics, astronomy in Greek, mystical and philosophical thought. This is how it arose. Y'all understand that? I know the chat kind of froze or stopped for a minute. Y'all understand that? Do I need to go through that again? Do I need to give a little more, break that down a little bit more before I get into this article? Or into the, not the article, but into this book excerpt?
All right. Go ahead, Al.
So, like I said, zodiac is a circle of animals.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, pull up that excerpt for me.
All right.
What I do.
See it?
Con. So I'm gonna read this here. So this is from.
Do I need to zoom in?
Well, con. Yeah. Go ahead and zoom in so that people can see, because I'm gonna read it right here on my
All right.
on my tablet here. So let me. So this came from a book. This came from a book. Hold on. Let me let y'all know what book and who book and. So this came from the book. It says it's named Ancient Astrology. Ancient Astrology by Roger Beck. This is what this excerpt is from. Let me give you a little understanding of who Roger Beck is. right? He's a distinguished scholar of classical antiquity and particularly known for his expertise in ancient religion. Well, I can see y'all. Okay, there we go. In ancient religion, in astrology, not a practicing astrologer in the modern sense, but a historian and a philologist. I know I butchered that one. Who studied astrology as a cultural and intellectual phenomenon. So he don't have a dog in the fight in this. He just studied this. He just studied the ways that they seen it. You know, and he took a lot of excerpts from a lot of research from Ptolemy. You know, we're gonna have to get into him in the later, you know, on a later class. So right here.
Yeah, we know about Ptolemy.
Gone.
Devil.
Right, and then, you know, and this Edomite, you know, he died a couple of years ago. You know, he died a couple of years ago. You know, he was about, you know, he was old. Right. So I'm gonna read this first excerpt here. Modern studies of ancient astronomy and astrology tend to let me see, accentuate. Oh, I don't want to read that for me. Read that first one for me, because these words here, I looked at the words up, but you know, for rest time, go ahead.
I feel you. Modern studies of ancient astronomy and astrology tend to accentuate a dichotomy between the astronomy of antiquity as an emerging science and its astrology as a superstition whose only historic value was that it furnished a motive for investigating celestial regularities. Salakia.
So, Khan, you know, although I may be rude in speech, I ain't wrong. That's how you use that. Right, but look, but this highlighted part. Read that highlighted part for me.
It is true that astrology, in the form in which it developed historically, could not have done so unaided by mathematical astronomy to predict earthly outcomes as in a natal horoscope.
It's like you're right there. So earthly outcomes, right? They also understood what? That the sun, the stars, and the moons are a sign for seasons.
Right.
They also understood that as well. Right. But I didn't put that in there. You already know this already. I left that out. But those are the also things that they understood. And also they understood that of using the sun and the stars of telling the times of the weeks and months and years as well. That's another topic for another time. But go ahead, finish that out.
Yeah, that's a topic right there. Where am I at? One must know the positions of the stars and planets relative to each other and to the local horizon of the subject at the time of birth. Direct observation is obviously insufficient. Births in daytime, cloud cover, phenomena below the horizon. Unavailability of an astrologically qualified observer, and so on. And it was, in fact, seldom, if ever, used.
So,
see that?
These things. Go ahead.
No, I just said, see that?
In this, he don't have a dog in the fight. He's taking the research from Ptolemy and other Hellenistic astrologers and things of that nature at that time, right? You know, we went to the root of this. We went to the root of these zodiacs and horoscopes, and how it was based in idolatry, right? Now jump down. Let me see, because I don't want to read all of this for the. Let me see the history. Read that history of science. Go read that part.
History of science. Is that the second one or the third?
Yeah. It's right. It's right under what you just read.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
History of science, precisely because its remit is the historic development of the scientific method and mentality, quite properly treats ancient astrology as a stage which astronomy outgrew, a necessary stage, perhaps.
So it's like it's right there. So we already brought down the difference between astronomy and astrology, right? The astrology, which because I'm like, you can only do so much. You can only do so much. So now the imaginations got wild. Now they started getting a little superstitious, right? Finish that out.
But in the longer term, an embarrassment to be discarded. While I will, of course, respect the scientific distinction between astronomical fact and astrological fantasy, I would not be overly concerned with it.
And that's how we feel on it.
Right, exactly.
Because we understand. No, no, it's a fact. We can look this up. But is it real? Like, and we ain't gonna be concerned with it, right? Now let's jump down to that other highlighted part. Let me. Where it says, did the ancients themselves? That's the next.
I believe it's on
it's the second
page 2.
On page 2. Okay. Okay, got you. Did the ancients? Did the ancients themselves, specifically the Greeks, distinguish between two different approaches to celestial phenomena, an astronomical approach and an astrological approach, as we would term them? Yes, they did. And many of them did so on commonsensical criteria, which we still apply today. The predictions of astronomers can be trusted. Those of astrologers, the predictions of astronomers can be trusted. Those of astrologers, when you can pin them down, cannot be.
So what the astronomers? So now you're going into your weathermen and stuff like that. Those can be trusted, right? And to some extent, because you can't. You may hey, you got something brewing over the seas and stuff. You're gonna get a hurricane over here in the next 2 days. So those can be trusted, right? But the astrologers, even though if you can pin them down, you can't trust them because it doesn't. Two people can be born on the same day, have two different personalities.
Right.
Let's jump down to the next highlighted portion of this. Did the ancients themselves? Oh, we read that already. Now let's get out of Babylon. All right. Let's go to the Watchers.
The Watchers, recorders, analysts, and calculators who observed the heavens, interpreted the data, and tried to discern and express mathematically the regularities by which the sun, moon, and planets change position over time. The Babylonian astrologers were civil servants with a job to do, to advise the authorities on what the visible gods in heaven intended for the state on earth and foretold by their comings and goings and encounters one with another.
So now you get into it. Now it's slowly going. Now you see where the imaginations is starting to go off with, because what's happening in the skies and alignments and things of that nature. Now they're thinking it has something to do with here on earth. Because you got to understand, I left those excerpts out. I'll drop the name of the book again. But there was also, in this research, there was also discovering the calendars as well and how to dictate weeks, months, and years. Those is actually in between these excerpts. And it was protecting not only that, but the seasons as well. And farm life. Like I said, conversation for another time. But we already understood that. But they were also branching off into these things as well while doing that, right? Let me just prove that. Jump down to the last part. Although not that page 4.
All right. Although not a part of astrology in the narrow modern sense, another function of the Babylonian astral bureaucrats must be mentioned, since it concerns their motivation. That function was the regulation of the calendar. Getting control of the time has always been a reason for studying the stars, particularly the sun and the moon. For time is measured by those two bodies, the day and the year by the sun, and the month by the moon, as well as the inherent desirability of a reliable civil calendar.
Everybody understand that? That's they was also doing as well. So, I want you to read. Jump back up one page in that last sentence. that last sentence, their astronomical achievements.
Their astronomical achievements were too advanced, too mathematically precise, too far beyond the mere requirements of guild competence to suppose otherwise.
So that's what they thought about that. That's what they thought about that. So I did a little homework for y'all. To sum it all up, these are the things that they came up with. I read that for this came from Rogers, a historian. My other excerpt I read to y'all, which I kind of interpreted in my own words, is from Chris Brennan, another Hellenistic astrologer, right?
Yes, exactly right, Ariel. Brother asks, to be clear, astronomy is the science of celestial events, observational fact, and astrology is how celestial events affect events on Earth, superstition. Yes. So
Okay,
put it all in that,
Oh, Slocky, my bad.
No, what did you say?
Oh no, go ahead and finish because I'm gonna pull up this next.
No, yeah, to put it all in a nutshell, that's essentially what it is, right? And then zodiacs fall within astrology. Zodiac is the zodiacs, the zodiac wheel and whatnot, that falls under astrology, right? Again, they believe that zodiacs, whichever month you were born in, the zodiac that belongs to that month, you're going to take on those characteristics in that personality. So that aligns with astrology, how celestial events affect events on Earth, which is superstitious.
And to go off that, what I'm gonna read this again, but y'all gonna be a little. I was confounded. You can't pinpoint in time when the circle of animals was aligned with the months.
Right.
You can't. In this research, all three of us did. I'm pretty sure Quazala was up here, and I'm pretty sure he did some research as well. You can't pinpoint when the zodiacs lined up with the months. All right, so I'm gonna read this again. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna go through. Matter of fact, I want some little chat engagement. I want some. Where your eyes here at? Throw some. Because y'all know. Throw some zodiacs. Throw some zodiacs up in there. Throw some zodiacs up in there. Why
I'll give you mine. I'm supposedly a Taurus.
Brother, look like a Taurus. No, I'm playing.
You see that? See.
No folly. Right. So I'm gonna read this again, and that's gonna and this is gonna help you understand the breakdown of this video. Okay, God, okay, all praises for the capital. Slack you.
See, you see, nah, man. Hold on, wait. Hold on, you deserve this right here. Hold on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like, what is he talking about? Like, what?
Y'all about to be confounded on what I'm about to do.
Look, now you got them in the uproar. Now they
look at them.
proudly professing their zodiac signs. Proudly. Look at all you wicked Israelites, man. Nah, I'm playing.
Because y'all came out of that. Even Paul says such for some of you, because you can relate. That's another time for another time. But you can relate to people that's still within that. With this lesson, even doing your own, going deeper in his own studies.
What's wrong with Sister Lynette? You was being two-faced.
Hey, I'm gonna get. Remember what y'all clipped that. Two-faced. Understand that. I want y'all to remember that. But Sister said, I knew it was a trap.
Yeah,
because it goes into some crazy mess. Wait till I show y'all this video. I'm gonna read this again so y'all understand what I'm about to bring out. About let me see. I don't want to. But in the ancient world, they seen it as a way to communicate in reference of gods on earth and in the skies. And individuals, they believe in the movement of the constellation and stars was the gods talking to them about life on earth and individuals in the creation of humanity itself. Let's get into this video. I got to do this. I got to share my screen.
Let me get the, I could never find this thing, man. Here it go. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Oh, yeah, y'all throw that.
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Y'all throw that for me.
Listen, the information that is being brought out, you need to know. All right? The information that is being brought out, you need to know. If you didn't know already, you need to know this information. All right? So that you can, especially those of you who have children, right? You know, when you send them off into the world, when they go into schools and whatnot, they're gonna be, man, it's gonna be so many different influences out there, man, that our precious children can so easily fall into. But that's why it's your duty as the parent to make sure that they are led in the way that they should go, that they do not depart from it, right? This is your duty. This is your civic Israelite duty to be studied on many different matters. Again, especially for those of you who have children, because your children are going to come asking you questions. They're going to come asking you questions about different things that they've witnessed out here in this world. And you should have an answer for them, right? And if you don't have an answer for them, seek it out. Seek it out. Right? There we go. We see it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Con, let me do this.
Let me flash this one more time.
Yeah, flash it throughout. Flash it throughout.
Yep. Fair use, y'all. Fair use, YouTube. So chill out.
Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear. Let me get some Cons 777s in there.
The sign of Aries is represented by a ram. According to Greek myth, Phrixus, prince of Boeotia, was the target of a conspiracy by his stepmother, who wanted to kill him. Answering the prayers of the prince's mother.
Y'all can hear that?
Con, yeah, we can hear that.
Okay, Con, all praises.
Hermes sent a golden ram to rescue Prince Phrixus and his sister. But during the journey through the skies, the princess fell off the ram and drowned in the sea waters. After reaching the region of Colchis, the young man...
You want to say something?
No, I just said, damn.
And again, this is the origin of the zodiac, the mythological zodiac signs. The zodiac is a circle of animals, and they put that in there. And this is where they came to be. The horoscopes, we can't depict that in time. But we're gonna get into that after this. We're gonna get into that. So I want you to understand this.
Sacrificed the beautiful animal in honor of the gods. The golden wool became the object of coveting by kings and heroes, such as the Argonauts. For its services, the golden lamb was honored in the heavens in the form of the constellation Aries. The sign of Taurus represents Zeus's metamorphosis into a bull to attract and abduct the princess Europa. In his bovine form, Zeus approached the princess, and she was delighted with the beautiful animal. With the help of her friends, she climbed onto the bull, which took the princess for a ride. At first, Europa had fun on the bull, riding the waves. But Zeus took her to the island of Crete against her will. The couple united and gave birth to a noble offspring, including King Minos, who went on to rule the island of Crete, land of the fearsome Minotaur.
Wait.
The constellation Taurus.
Wait. Wait. What? So now it's bestiality involved.
Yes.
What are we doing? Ew.
This is how they came to Israel. Understand, this came before y'all horoscopes. They attach your horoscopes to this.
Listen good. Listen good. especially my young people out there, man. Listen good, man.
Marked in the stars another of Zeus's ruses. The sign of Gemini is associated with the myth of the brothers Castor and Pollux. Brothers.
Remember I said, brother brought up Two-Face?
Yeah, where that Two-Face sister at? That Two-Face sister. There she go. Yeah, that Two-Face sister Lynette right there. Yeah, man. She Two-Face, man. No, I'm playing.
Of Helen of Troy and sons of Leda and Castor and Pollux. Brothers of Helen of Troy and sons of Leda and Zeus. Zeus turned into a swan to seduce Leda, and the twins were born from an egg generated by their mother. The twins became great heroes, but Castor died in his brother's.
Look at how freaky and how freaked out Greek mythos and Greek mythology is, man. First, Zeus came down and presented himself as a bull so that he could lay with this woman as a bull, which is crazy. Then he came down as a damn goose to seduce another woman and lay down with her. I guess as a goose. I guess, bro. When you get deeper into this Greek mythology and whatnot, now you start to see the influence that it had on the Christian church, right? Now you start to understand why Christians believe in the Immaculate Conception, right? That the Most High God impregnated Mary with his seed. Like, come on, man. That's Greek mythology. You sitting here believing that Satan, the captains brought it out on bar for bar, right? You sitting here thinking that Satan, you know what? I'm gonna talk about me. I'm gonna talk about me, right? Because I'm the one who did it. I used to believe, listen, don't beat me up. I used to believe that there was a war in heaven, right? That Satan was in heaven, and he was the most beautiful angel that there ever was, and he sang the best, and he had all these jewels and stuff on him, right? Let me tell you how bugged out I was. I believe that he decided to go off and recruit angels and raise up an army, and they went to war against the Most High God. The Most High God won, kicked them out of heaven, right? Satan is falling down to the earth, and there's the dinosaurs, right? And then Satan crashes down on the earth. That's the meteorite that kills all the dinosaurs. And the reason why we have all these jewels in the earth is because they all fell off of Satan's body when he hit the earth. Abaya is crying right now. Abaya is crying, laughing right now.
I've never heard that ever in my life.
Yo, listen.
That's crazy.
See, I was the only one.
What?
All praise to the Most High.
Wait, so you believe in the Big Bang Theory?
The Most High. The Most High is amazing, bro.
That's the Big Bang Theory.
Mine has went too far in the world.
That don't make no sense.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Mine has went too far in the world.
Yep.
Satan exterminated the dinosaurs.
Exterminated the dinosaurs, Zach.
Wow.
That's why we got gold and diamonds now, because they fell off of Satan's body when he hit the earth. Yep. Yeah, that sounds like a Jewish fable right there. Hell yeah.
God.
That's what that sound like.
Hey, let's get back into some of y'all, which I was calling yourself after.
Right.
What we on? We on Gemini. We still on Gemini.
Arms after a fight against rivals. Distraught,
a brother said she laid an egg.
Pollux asked Zeus to bring his brother back to life. The god proposed that he and his brother.
So understand, this is idolatry. You asking Zeus to bring your brother back to life. Understand, when you go into Buddhism, you asking other gods to bring other people back to life or to speak to them. It's the same. It's the same, and that's why they said its origins of mythological things. It varies across cultures. This is just the Greeks' interpretation of it. I'm pretty sure y'all know the Edomites got something over there with it. Even our own people. But
Moab got their Chinese year.
Yeah, Moab got stuff too.
Dragons.
Yeah, I believe according to Moab, my birth month would be a serpent.
Yeah, I think I was like a rooster or something like that.
You know, I was a year of the rats.
Looking at.
Why do we know these things? Why do we know these things?
Facts.
We know all these things, but we didn't know
because in times past we was Gentiles in the flesh. See, the scriptures start to make sense, man. The scriptures start to make sense when you actually study it and read it, and you look at reality, man. You look at reality for what it is, right?
Hey, Con, me too. I used to love that Jackie Chan adventures as a kid. I remember in elementary, during Chinese New Year, they would bring Panda Express to us in the class or for lunch for the whole entire school. And I was just a happy little boy that I could be.
You used to have Panda Express brought to you from your school?
Yeah. So the school I went to,
wait, what grade was this?
I was in elementary. I was the
bougie elementary school, man.
I mean, it wasn't that bougie, but it was a lot of Moabites. Understand, in California, really in the Bay Area, it's American Dragon.
That's right. I was on that show too.
Understand out here in the Bay Area, especially in the Bay Area, it's a lot of Moabites and Ammonites out here. So they would bring, and the Asian culture was very influenced in our schools. So that's what they would do. Now that's years. I mean, that ain't too long ago, y'all. Because y'all like to, but that was that was back in the early thousands.
Yeah, that was about like what 80 years
ago. They would bring us Panda Express and they would tell us what year we were born in, and that's how I found out I was a year of the rat.
Rotate their days on Earth. He agreed, and the brothers started to live in the same body alternately. The Gemini constellation symbolizes the brotherly love between Zeus's two sons.
Now, Salakia, I don't want to see now. This was now. This is what I was saying. I was a little bit stitious. With the Gemini because of that. They will live in the bodies. They will come take turns living in the bodies in the two faces, two different people. People. They will say Geminis will say, you got the early Geminis, you got the later Geminis, and they differ. I didn't see the difference, but when I seen that, when I watched this video and it was going into it, I was like, is that why they kind of had that? But they didn't know the history behind it. But even though you don't know the history about it, that spirit is still there. So you're still giving a reverence to that idolatry, to that idol, even though you didn't know that was behind it. Y'all see how that lines up? So, okay, let's get into some cancers. Let's get into the cancers. What y'all about?
The sign of Cancer is symbolized by a crab. The creature is associated with the myth of Hercules battling the powerful Hydra of Lerna. The hero was about to defeat the creature, so the crabs were sent by the goddess Hera to aid the Hydra in the fight against Hercules. Despite their efforts, the crabs could not measure up to Hercules and were defeated. The goddess honored the creature's efforts by placing them among the stars through the constellation of Cancer. The sign of Virgo is associated with the goddess Astraea, daughter of Themis, the goddess of justice. She personified purity and innocence and was considered a just and impartial deity. She initially lived among men, trying to promote justice. But during the Iron Age, they became so corrupt that the goddess decided to leave the earth and ascended to the heavens, where she became the constellation of Virgo.
What are Leos?
The sign of Leo is associated with the myth of the hero Hercules and his 12 famous labors. The Nemean lion terrorized the region. Hercules was sent to confront the creature, famous for having an impenetrable hide that no weapon could harm. Hercules faced the beast with great courage in a hotly contested fight. The hero eventually strangled the animal and went on to wear the Nemean lion's skin as a cloak. This victory was eternalized among the stars in the
Now, wait a minute. Now, some Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, man. Hey, we're not going to talk about that.
God.
Let's talk about that.
Come Passover season.
Hey, look. Some of you Israelites, man, y'all, hey, look, man.
God.
Look, man, you don't need all that, all right? you don't need all that, man. If you want some fur, just wear the fur. You ain't got to wear the whole face of the animal or whatnot. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, Salakia, everyone.
At least make it look good, bro.
Salakia, what's the one with the crab? Was that Cancer or Aries?
Yeah, Cancer.
Yeah, somebody since people in the world, they're gonna use that Cancer. They're gonna say my sign a Cancer, so I can't not eat crab because that's my sign.
Oh my God.
They gotta use it that way. I know they do.
They don't even know it. They didn't even know that. I bet you a dime on a dollar.
They go, I can't give it up.
That's my birth sign. I bet you a dime. They didn't know how that story came out to be, because some people will call Cancer. You know, when I was looking at the commentary from other people about this, they will say, you know, Cancer's they God was a coward because he ran.
Skin as a cloak. This victory was eternalized among the stars in the constellation of Leo.
What a Libras.
The sign of Libra is symbolized by the scales of Themis, the Greek goddess of justice and balance. The goddess is known for her wisdom in dispensing justice, being merciful to the good and unforgiving to criminals. In later depictions, she appeared with a blindfold over her eyes, showing that all are equal before justice, and that her...
Slakia, y'all understand this now?
What
you about to say?
Not say, yeah, we've seen enough of that.
Con. You know, y'all understand. You know, if y'all want to go watch that video, y'all can go watch that video. But I just want y'all to see. I just want y'all to understand. Nowhere in that video, and even other clocks, I went to other sources, even in the excerpt of the book, right? He went into the same exact zodiacs. He just, you know, I wasn't about to read all of them, but nowhere do you see the zodiacs was lined up with horoscopes. Horoscopes was added later to the zodiacs.
Yeah.
And then imaginations got, you know, they started depicting the months.
Yeah.
So that has your zodiac had no correlation with your zodiac sign. That just got later, that's got added later on. Y'all just got a little superstitious. And I'm about to get a little stitch. It's starting to get dark in here. Let me turn some light on.
God, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25.
There you go.
It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So, like, just going into everything that we're going into, like, they just flip everything and pervert it to where, like the Adowan was just saying, like, you half the time we don't even be knowing where this stuff be coming from, but we just be regurgitating it and believing in it and not even like knowing where it's coming from. So, you know,
right.
Before you gotta definitely, you know, beware of, like, because even like I was looking into for this particular class, like every month that we got in America is after God. Every day of the week is rooted in some type of worship of some type of God. Like it's all some type of idolatrous worship in a lot of this stuff that's in America and in the world.
Exactly right. And that's how they get you, though. That's how they get you. Like you said, we don't even understand how it is we fall into these things, right? Like, how do I have no Asian ancestry. How and why do I know that my birth month, according to the Chinese calendar or whatever, my birth sign, whatever, is a serpent? How do I know that my birth sign, according to Greek mythology, is a Taurus? Right? How did I know to identify myself with that? Right? It's because they teach it to you. They want you to be stuck in these ways. They want you to be stuck in these ways so that you can be further from the Most High God. Right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and verse. I'm gonna start at. No, not chapter 4. Where is it? I mean, not Wisdom of Solomon. I want the book of Judith. That's what I want. I want Judith, chapter 5, and verse 17. Right? It says, "Now this is the heathen talking." Right? It says, "And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives in a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country where it was desolate. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them." The heathen understand that they have to keep you in idolatry, and keep you in wickedness, and keep you in sin, so that they can remain in the power seat. Keep you away from the Most High God, so that they can remain in the power seat. They understand this. This was written thousands and thousands of years ago, man. This is an ancient text, right? The things written therein hold true. We see the evidence of it through time and history, right? And playing out even in modern day, in modern times, right? They know what type of propaganda to push upon you and indoctrinate you with, so that you can be at variance from the Most High God, so that they can prolong their reign in this kingdom, man. Right? That's how they do it to you. Right? That's how they do it to you. Let's go further into the zodiac stuff, man. Let me share my screen.
I got one precept. We could bring out about. Give me a Deuteronomy 18:9. So you got to understand, the Most High God told us to stay away from these things. It just changed over time, but it was these different idols and idolatry just changed over time. But he summed it up right there. We start at verse 9.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
So where the Most High God sends us, that's the land he's given us. And he told us, don't be like the other nations. Don't take on their customs. Read.
Okay. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch,
Read.
Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
A necromancer, that's sorcery, right? All those kinds of things, witchcraft. Finish that out, verse 12.
Okay. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
It's an abomination. It's an abomination to the Most High God. We broke it down to you in the beginning how it's spiritual fornication, believing in zodiacs coupled with horoscopes. Now y'all understand, this horoscope and zodiac is two different things now.
Right.
because now you're being and now you being an observer of times going into. So not only you're an idolater, now you're an observer of times because you're trying to predict your steps or things of that nature. Finish that out.
God. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doeth drive them out from before thee.
God, so that's enough on that.
Right?
God.
So let's look at this real quick. Right? On the okay. So this is part of the I believe this is the website. Yeah, the website that you got into, Abaya.
Oh yeah, Khan. That's the part I wanted to go into right there. The beginnings.
Babylonian astrology, how Mesopotamian priests influence your horoscope. You want me? Where do you want me to start at?
You could jump down to where it say right there, the beginnings of Babylonian astrology.
Can I read this top part first?
Khan, you can do that.
The practice of deciphering these changing patterns and what they mean for life on Earth is also ancient, which we just went over with Brother Shalaman. Different astrology practices emerged independently all over the world, right? If you look up, the history of astrology and zodiacs and whatnot, it tells you that the practice of zodiacs influencing your characteristics and whatnot evolved over time. However, we do see that the root of it, that being based in astrology, has always been looked at as what the celestial bodies influence here on the earth. What's here on the earth? You yourself, right? So where am I? In the Mesopotamia, India, China, and Central America, it is the Mesopotamian system that emerged in ancient Babylon, which is modern-day Iraq, around 5,000 years ago, that forms the basis of the astrology that is used in the West today. So again, like when you go to the club or whatever, right, and you interested in this young lady, and she telling you her horoscope and how that determines this aspect of her personality or this little quirk that she has or whatever, right? That's rooted from ancient Babylon, right? And their idolatry. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this. You could break it down. The beginnings of Babylonian astrology. There is some evidence for the practice of astrology in Babylon from as far back as the 3rd millennium BC. But the oldest evidence for their organized system of astrology is from the 2nd millennium BC. Around 70 cuneiform tablets from the 1700s BC list more than 7,000 celestial omens. At that time, astrology was focused on what was currently happening in the night sky, as the future movements of the planets was difficult to predict. However, by the 4th century BC, they had a fairly reliable system for predicting future planetary movements too.
So like Adawan Shalaman was going into, astrology and the study of stars and stuff like that, like it goes back before Babylon. But when we get to like Babylon, they kind of develop like, the months and, the seasons and stuff like that we follow to this day. Like all of that kind of comes from, the period that Babylon was in power. So that's where we kind of get, a lot of these astrological, mythological stuff that's where like Greece and Roman kind of get a lot of their stuff from, is from, these tablets and things that Babylon produced. And
Right.
the main point I wanted to bring out was this passage right here. And we kind of can go transition into like Bella and the Dragon real quick, just to like show like the priests in Babylon and how they worship these idols and things like that. But these idols are of none effect.
Right. And we definitely gonna get into Bella and the Dragon. I definitely plan on doing that. You want me to read that and we get into it?
Kind of, that was the plan.
Yeah. It says in Babylon, so right here, these are fragments of a Babylonian star calendar, right?
Hey, Salakia. My bad. Hey, and remember what I told y'all before? A zodiac is a circle of animals.
Mm-hmm.
You can see on the fragments how that was a piece of the circle. Y'all kind of seen that circle of animals before the zodiac, but I yield there.
Like, look at this right here, man.
Yeah, the whole website full of
life of Mother Mary, divine feminine power for personal healing and planetary awakening.
I know some sisters that got that book on their shelf.
Hey, you know who I think has that? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? I think Sister Lynette had that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Sister Lynette got that book. Sister Lynette definitely got that. The Secret Life of Mother Mary. She definitely got that book, man. Yeah, man.
Your sisters have that.
Sister Lynette does not have that book. She is a practicing Israelite, man.
I ain't looking like, oh, does Shimka have that?
Shimka for sure got that book.
Nah.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm playing. All right, let's get into this. It says, in Babylon, astrology was the practice of priests and was one of two ways that priests could determine the will of the gods. The other method was to inspect the livers of sacrificial animals and interpret the patterns of dark spots that could be observed.
God. So, like, what we're about to get into with Bell and the Dragon, like, we see that, I mean, of course, they have, like, certain priests that was actually trying to, like, figure out the signs of time. But then you got other priests, all they doing it is just so that they can reap the benefits of, you know, the sacrifices that they putting on the altar for them idols. So we're gonna jump to Bell and the Dragon real quick, right? I'm gonna go Kwabzala, you wanna read?
Counter to one.
Okay. Let's go to Bell and the Dragon, and we'll jump at verse 9.
Counter to one. It's Sluckin. Shalom Bada William. Yahabashim Yashabakatham.
Shalom Yabashim.
Counter to one. This is the book of Bell and the Dragon. Or the history of the destruction of Bel and the dragon, verse 9. And if ye can certify me that Bel devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Bel. And Daniel said unto the king, let it be according to thy will, according to thy word. So like it.
So like we know the story of Bel and the Dragon, where, you know, Nebuchadnezzar is basically asking Daniel, you know, why you don't recognize Bel. And Daniel's just telling him, like, I serve the Most High God. Bel is an idol, right? And then, you know, we're about to get into, you know, a little contest, if you will, that they put up, you know, concerning the priest versus Daniel. So read on.
Counter to one. Now the priests of Bel were 70, beside their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Bel.
Read.
So Bel's priests said, lo, we go out. But thou, O king, set on the meat, and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thine own signet.
So all they saying is, you know, tell him to put the offerings onto the altar, you know what I'm saying, and he gonna close the door, and nobody should be able to get in, and that's how we're gonna know if Bel is real or not. Read.
Right.
Verse 12. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Bel hath eaten up all, if thou findest not that Bel hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us.
Read on.
And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things.
So they got them a secret passage that they going in and taking all the offerings from, you know, the people that they're bringing up, right? Because like I said in verse 10, they had their families and everything. They eating good off of y'all belief in these idols, right? Read on.
Verse 14. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Bel, Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed.
All right, so Daniel with the spirit and wisdom of the Most High, devised him up a plan, put out the ashes for the people, and they're gonna step all in it, and that's how we know, that the priests and his wives and children was going in and out of the altar. Okay. Let's jump down to verse 18.
Counter 1, verse 18. Now as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all.
Okay. Read on.
Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these.
Okay. So like we said, they going in and out the altar, right? And then the point is verse 25.
Verse 25. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord my God, for he is the living God.
Okay. And that's the whole point of this whole lesson. Like the creator, the Most High God, like he created all these things, but we only supposed to serve and worship him.
That's right.
That's the issue that a lot of these different religions and things that they take our people into is not the worship of the Most High God.
Right. How are you going to worship and serve the thing that was formed and not the one who formed it? That makes no sense, man. That's asinine, right? Give me 1 Kings chapter 18 and verse 25. Let's get another account of our mighty prophets and our all-powerful, all-knowing God in heaven on how he debunks these idols, man, and puts them asunder. Right? Let me share my screen real quick. Share my screen. All right. Y'all see that, right?
God, well.
Go ahead.
Guys, 1 Kings chapter 18 and verse 25. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose ye one bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under.
Yeah. Let's put it to the test. Let's see if your idols are going to show forth themselves, right? Come on.
And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made.
Hey, so they calling for their idol all the day long. Come on.
God. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, Cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awake.
Oh, damn. Yo, he cooked them. He cooked them. He straight, Elijah straight roasted him. Yo, what's your God doing, man? He taking a nap?
Right.
He off running an errand or something? What's going on? Right? That's how it is with these zodiacs. And you believe in that the planets and the stars influence the decisions you make and influence your energy. And no, man, stop it. It's like it. We need that sound bite. Go ahead, Art.
And then you want to base your character off them. Well, I'm just a Gemini. I'm just a Taurus. I'm just a Capricorn. I'm just that, and that's why I act like that. You know,
excuse.
That's an excuse.
That's an excuse, man. That's an excuse. Excuses are monuments of nothingness. Right? I wish I could quote the rest of it. I don't remember it. I swear I don't remember it.
I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
My coach used to say that John to us all the
Yeah,
time.
they used to drill that in our heads, man, and marching band and whatnot.
Facts.
Excuses are monuments of nothingness. Those who excel in it seldom excel in anything but excuses. So it's something like that. But those are excuses, man. Right? Those are nothing but excuses. You need to take some damn accountability for the choices and the actions that you make. Life has consequences, brother, sister, right? Life has consequences. Life has real consequences that come to fruition based off of the decisions that you make, not off of energy that Venus gave you. No, man, that's not how life works. We have to stop living in delusion and in fantasy land. Keep reading.
God. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after the manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them.
Look at them. They desperate. Look at them crashing out. Look at them. Look at them crashing out, man. They desperate to try to prove that their God is real. That's how y'all look, man. That's how y'all look when y'all bring out them crystals. That's how y'all look when y'all bring out them tarot cards. That's how y'all look when y'all start talking about these zodiac signs and being dismayed at the signs of heaven, all this astrology and whatnot. That's how y'all look, man. Y'all look desperate, right? Because like the brother brought out earlier, you seeking for a sign. But Christ already told you, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, right? But this generation is going to have the sign of Jonas, right? You're going to believe solely off of the word and be converted and be baptized solely off of the word. You're not going to see these wonders and these miracles taking place. See, that's the thing. Y'all looking at it the wrong way. That's the thing. Y'all are too damn superstitious. The miracle is the fact that you know you're an Israelite now. That's a miracle. In 2025 AD, United States of America, you who were once a rambunctious, monstrous nigga in America, you, sister, who was once a rambunctious, monstrous nigga woman in America, you now have come to the fact that you're an Israelite. And God only loves you and is only for you. And you're to keep the commandments in the faith in Christ. That's a miracle. Right? With all this technology, with all these influences that we have, with just all the stuff that's in the world today, it's a miracle that you have come to the understanding that you are indeed a child of God. That is a miracle. Right? It's a miracle that you can reach a brother all the way in Africa. You here in the United States, and you can reach a brother all the way in Africa and wake him up to the truth. Wake a sister all the way out in Europe up to the truth, man. That's a miracle. But y'all not looking at it like that. Y'all too superstitious. You too superstitious. You seeking for a sign, man. You seeking for a sign. But the Most High God doesn't owe you a damn thing, man. The Most High God doesn't owe you a sign. The Most High God doesn't owe you a sign. What happened the last time when the Most High God gave you a sign? What did you do? What did you do? You spat in his face, right? You trotted under the foot the Son of Man, right? You disrespect his sacrifice. That's what you do the last time the Most High God gave you a sign. That's what you do. But yet you still seeking and still searching for a sign. That's why Christ called you a wicked and adulterous generation. You went the hell off, like Soldier Owario said, man. Right? Keep reading on, 1 Kings.
God. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded.
They gave up. They gave up. And you should too. You should give up on your crystals. Give up on your sage. Give up on your tarot cards and on your crystals. I think I already said that.
God,
right?
Astrology.
Give up on your astrology. Give up on the zodiacs. Because the Most High God is going to ask you in that day, no. Look towards your idols. Call on them. See if they will save you. Call on your wisdom. Call on your crystals. Call on your Taurus and your Gemini and your Libra. Yeah, no. Go. No, I don't want to hear nothing. Go call on them and have them come and save you. Since you trust in them so much, let's see.
What does your horoscope say now?
What do you say?
What does your horoscope say now?
Right. What is your horoscope? What's the outcome of what is your outcome? What is the outcome that your horoscope is saying you have now? Right? What's the reading that you have now on your tarot cards? Right? Keep reading.
God. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down.
Go on.
And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name.
All praises. Read.
And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. And he made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice, and on the wood.
Hey, look, he flexing now, man. This is how much faith Elijah had, right? To just call down fire from the Lord. Right? We need that level of faith, man. Keep reading.
God. And he said, do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, do it the third time. And they did it the third time.
He flexing. Read.
And the water ran round about the altar. And he filled the trench also with water.
Come on.
And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word.
Come on.
Hear me, O Lord. Hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again.
And and that goes into praying as though you've already received, right? That really just goes into whatever it is that you desire from the Most High. You gotta go ask him. You gotta go ask him. And when you go ask him, you gotta make sure that you're doing right by him. Don't do them how you treat your grandparents. Don't do them how you treat your grandparents. You only call up your grandparents when you need some money. Right? Your grandparents haven't heard from you in I don't know how long. They haven't heard from you. But when times get tough, you make sure you pick up that phone and call your grandparents for that money. Right? Or whoever it may be. Don't treat the Most High God like that, man. Right? Don't do that. Don't do that to him. Come on.
God. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench.
Look at that. Read.
And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, the Lord, he is the God. The Lord, he is the God.
All praise to the Most High God by Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. The Lord, Yahweh, is the God of gods, man.
That's right.
That is the one true power in the heavens. All right? These zodiac signs don't mean a goddamn thing. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Fair use.
Yeah,
Fair use.
get into that. Get into that.
Okay,
Fair
God.
use. Fair use. Hold on.
We got a couple more, Israel. We almost out of here.
Yeah, we almost done, y'all. We almost done. Right. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use.
A couple of real life examples.
Look at this. Real life example.
That's why she like. Wait, a Taurus is more like aggressive. Not only aggressive. Not only y'all aggressive.
You gotta be.
Wait, let me see. Let me know if I'm right. Yeah, open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one, y'all don't like when things not going your way.
Creative.
And I would say
know how to dress.
And I would say like easy to like get on your nerves. You say that?
And real.
Yeah.
So you would say that?
And real.
You would say that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
I just made all that shit up.
Me too.
Like, come on, man. It's so easy to debunk, bro. It is so easy to debunk. Let me get y'all another one.
And they get butthurt about this too.
Because y'all don't believe me yet. Y'all don't believe me yet. What I gotta do? I gotta put on a suit. I gotta put on a suit. I gotta go in the elders playbook and put on a suit. Come on, man.
I'm gonna pop up with a robe.
Where
one of these nights. Put a robe on.
Hold on, where's that video?
All of that shit up.
I had that video up. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
It's like it.
Go ahead.
I had a quick precept.
Read.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse number 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written.
I'll go get that precept later too. That's crazy. You're in the spirit. Go ahead.
Praise to the Most High. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So they just got took in their own conceit. They was thinking like, oh yeah, we know about this thing. Like it's like, but at the same time, that just goes to show that it's really just folly at the end of the day. Like them brothers, of course, they trolling, but nonetheless, they just proved and just debunked very easily just how this stuff is foolishness. Of course, they not dealing with maybe not the word, but at the same time, it just perfectly exemplifies how that the wisdom of this world is still foolishness at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High God, man. Right?
Can we ask the zodiac signs real quick?
Oh my God, no, bro.
Please.
See,
that's me every time. That's me every time. Even in the world, I was like,
see? Every time. Oh my God, bro. Damn it. Right? Y'all
Here we go again.
Damn.
We need that San Andreas one too. I don't. Here we go again.
Yeah, oh man, here we go again. Yeah, we need that. We need
that Florida Evans one.
Definitely need that, right?
Y'all don't know who that is.
No, bro. That shit does not matter. It is not true, bro.
I like when people guess.
Yes. Okay. How do y'all feel when girls be saying that though?
I feel like a lot of the shit that you say is gonna be in fucking valid. That's exactly what because it's like this. If you wanted to guess my sign and I told you
Salakia for the language, family. I do apologize. I do apologize for the language. If you have any young ones with you right now, this is a quick video. If you have any young ones with you right now, if you could please excuse them.
Can we ask the zodiac signs real quick?
oh my God, no, bro.
Please.
No, bro. That shit does not matter. It is not true, bro.
I like when people guess.
Yes. Okay. How do y'all feel when girls be saying that though?
I feel like a lot of the shit that you say is gonna be in fucking valid. That's exactly what because it's like this. If you wanted to guess my sign and I told you, you say, oh, I think you're a Cancer, and I'd be like, no, I'm a Taurus.
Are you?
Yes, I'm a Taurus. Do I act like a Taurus?
You do.
I do?
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking Taurus.
Like, come on, bro.
Does everybody understand?
Does everybody understand? Like, let's stop the goofiness.
Do that one from Neil.
Let's stop the goofiness, man. This horoscope, zodiac signs, bro, it's goofy. It's goofy. That's not you. That is not your personality, right? That is not your personality. Again, your personality depends on your upbringing and your surroundings and what you consume. That's what influences your personality. Not a horoscope, not the stars, not Venus, not Mercury, not Saturn, not Mars, not Pluto, whatever. Right? Not only that, not only understanding that, but understanding the fact that it is heavily rooted in idolatry, man. And we got to abstain from that. We got to put that away. We got to put that behind us.
You can't worship God. You can't worship God of the Bible. You can't be quoting God and you in them zodiacs. You can't be
serve two masters.
I don't care. Take that out your bio. Take them Bible verses out your bio.
Take Proverbs 31 out your bio.
Take them Psalms out your Bible. I mean, oh God. Take Psalms out your bio.
Right?
No, keep Psalms in your Bible.
They got the verse. They got the verse right next to the little purple.
The
emoji. They don't even know. They don't even right next to it. They don't even know the scripture. Or matter of fact, they don't even know the author of that.
Nah, man.
So take that out. Stop quoting it. Stop quoting it because you can't serve two masters. Christ said, "I'd rather for you to be cold or hot." Yep. You can't be lukewarm. Because y'all don't understand it. You can't reverence God, thank God, and you leaning on, well, I'm whatever zodiac you may be. You know?
Right.
Play that one. Are you gonna play that one from Neil? I want to play that one from Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Because he broke it down simple.
Yeah, let me get that.
He summed it everything up.
And it's a couple precepts I want to get, and then we could shut it down unless y'all got anything else y'all want to say. Right?
Hey, twin there. We got a lot of twins in SOT. Twin there, hey, young the cow shot, he dealt with that too with one of them sisters.
Wasn't it this one or was it this one?
It was that one.
Mm-hmm. This one?
I think so. It's a short. If need to, we could play both. It's only 30 seconds.
Yeah, we could just play both.
Do you believe in horoscopes?
We are susceptible to be fooled by our own brain, by our own sense of what is real and what is not. Why do people still believe it? I'll tell you why. When you go to your horoscope in the day, you go straight to the Scorpio and it's written, that's okay, that's going to happen to me. You should try it differently. Get someone else to pick one of those horoscopes at random and read it to you. I've done this experiment. Yeah. I picked one at random, read it to a room of 100 people, and I'd say, did I just read your horoscope? 70% of the hands went up. Of course, it's not 70% of them. So you realize that they're written in such a way that you can find the meaning that you know and need for yourself because of the way each one of those horoscopes are written. And you lift up the things that are most applying to you, and you suppress in your mind the things that don't apply, and you walk away thinking that they're speaking to you.
Everybody understand?
Do you believe?
Hey, that's basic psychology.
Right. They fooled you. They tricked you.
You've been duped. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok. Right?
It's like it one.
Go ahead.
Hey, that's exactly what Paul said. Spoiled through philosophy and vain deceit.
Exactly. You're spoiled through philosophy and vain deceit. Look at how easy it is to spoil you, Black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, and child. Look at how easy it is to spoil you and lead you astray and bamboozle you, man. It's so easy to do it. Let's look at this one.
They all have names. Then you go to the astrologers' tables and they say, oh, this is the rain sign, or this is a drought sign. And they take the names of things, and those names are what they interpret based on where the moon is, the sun is, where the planets are, all whatever the angle configurations there are. And each angle has a certain latitude over which they'll count it as a hit rather than as a miss. And so this gives extraordinary capacity of the astrologer to tell you what's going on in your life.
So it's bullshit.
Basically.
They all have names.
And they knew that too.
That's literally what Neil deGrasse was saying, just in a smart way. It's all BS, right? And if y'all don't know who Neil deGrasse is a very famous scientist and I believe philosopher as well. He's a very smart dude, right? He has a lot of information, right? But look, let me share the scripture with y'all, man. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand this. All right? Deuteronomy 32:8. Read that for me real quick, God.
God. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Come on.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
The Lord's portion is his people, and Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. That's the message I want you all to take away from this lesson in totality. My young Black, Hispanic, and Native American brothers and sisters. You belong to the Lord. You are his portion. You are his inheritance, right? You don't belong to these other ideologies and these other so-called deities and whatnot, and these zodiacs and all other manner of idolatry. You don't belong to that. You don't belong to them. The Most High God set the bounds of the people and separated the sons of Adam according to the number of the children of Israel. He put a difference in between us and the other nations for a reason, right? Those other nations have their idols that they worship, but that is not for us. As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord, right? It's like with your child. You tell your child to do this. You're not concerned with what the other kids are doing because they're not your kids, right? Those other kids got their own thing that their parents, who they reverence, told them to do. You're not concerned with what they're doing. You're concerned with what your child is doing because your child is your inheritance, right? Your child belongs to you. It's the same way with the Lord and his children, that being so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, man, woman, and child, right? Who are the Israelites according to the Bible, right? I want you to get me Proverbs 21 and 30. I'm gonna close out with this. And of course, if y'all brothers have any closing remarks. Proverbs 21 and 30, man.
Counter to one. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh.
There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Most High God, man. And of course, that lines up with the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, man. It can't stand. It can't stand. We just gave you historical evidence on how zodiac signs and astrology and horoscopes are rooted in heavy idolatry, right? We also gave you historical evidence on the fact that it was astronomy, right, which astrology broke off from, was the purpose of it was to only track the days and the seasons, right, where the constellations move and whatnot, right? Then we gave you simple logic, right? Simple psychology showing you that these are things that you make up in your own mind to fit yourself. These are things you make up in your own mind. It does not exist. It's not real. Therefore, there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord, man. Right? Those things are against the Lord. Zodiacs are against the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord, right? Because it's number one is heavy in idolatry, but also with that, it's trying to put a label on you and put you in a box as to this is who you are and that's all you can be. Right? That's essentially what these zodiac signs are doing. Right? That's what they're doing. And you trusting in them. And you basing your lifestyle off of them. When you should be basing your lifestyle off of the wisdom, understanding, and counsel of the Lord, not of this world, man. All right? Y'all brothers got anything else y'all want to say? Or show?
I'm just gonna say, and it's still gonna be some people, Lord willing, y'all send this video or this class to folks that that are still rooted into this, and we came from this from a like the Cap said, from a scholarly point of view, not just our own feelings. We did add our own feelings in there, but it was backed up by what the scholars and others were saying about this and what history was saying about this. So, I beseech y'all to do that. But if they made it this far in the video to the end of it, so I understand it. Some of y'all goes, well, it's still, I like Greek mythology, I like that. So, I don't see no harm in it. So I'm just going to continue to do it. I understand it. I understand it. You're going to, some of y'all is still going to go by these zodiac signs. But just understand what we brought out already. Just understand what we brought out already. I don't got to say it, but if you still go with that, hey, that's you.
Right. That's you, man. You can study it all you want, right? If it's interesting, if it's entertaining for you to study it, to learn about it, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all, right? We study the Quran, we study different religions and whatnot to know how to combat them and defend against them and whatnot, right? Or if it's just something that you like to do in your pastime, there's nothing wrong with that. But to make it like it's to make it as though it's what influences your character, it's what makes you, is not true. It's not true. It's stop blaming. It's all in your mind. All right. All right. And with that, man, I pray that you all were edified. I pray that you all were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Leave these idols alone. Get away from these idols, man. Put your trust in the Most High God and these scriptures. All right. Put your faith in His Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, because He is the door to eternal life. All right. With that, make sure that y'all, if any of my young, if any of my strong brothers out there, you must be 18 and over. You must be 18 and up. All right, to join the camp. Email sotisraelites@gmail.com if you want to put your brick in to help build up the Most High God's kingdom here on earth. All right, my beautiful, lovely sisters out there, if you want to put your brick in to help build up the Most High God's kingdom here on earth, please send an email to pillarsofrest@gmail.com so that you can be ushered into phase 4 of Pillars of Rest, man. 4th generation of Pillars of Rest. All right, y'all are a part of the foundation of this branch of Sons of Thunder Israelites. All right, it is a great honor to provide this service to sisters, man. All right, make sure that y'all are paying attention to the time and the seasons. Make sure that y'all are paying attention to the moon and to the stars for what they are for. And that is determining the times and the seasons and the feast days and whatnot, right? We got new moon coming up August 22nd, 6th month. Make sure y'all email sltfeastday@gmail.com to RSVP. We got Feast of Trumpets coming up September 21st, RSVP sltfeastday@gmail.com. Please make sure that y'all tap into SOT After Hours, The Quiet Storm, only, exclusively on Sons of Thunder Israelites Bay Area channel, right? Every Friday night at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So it's like right after the most, Salaki. Right after the elder gets off his live, that's when the brother Shalimar goes live, man. It's a great experience. It's like being on a radio show. All right. So y'all got to make sure y'all tap in with the brother, man. Like, subscribe to his channel, SOT Bay Area. All right. Make sure that y'all are tapped in with our Patreon, man. We got the best spiritual edification on the planet. I can confidently say that with our Patreon tiers, man. Make sure that y'all tap in with the Patreon. Also, make sure y'all tap in with our other channels, SOT DC, SOT Alabama, SOT Bay Area, SOT Koshash, SOT Jacksonville, Florida, SOT Watchtower, and of course, our main channel, Sons of Thunder Israelites. All right. What else? I believe that's all the announcements that I have for right now. We do have some interesting events coming up. Well, a interesting event coming up. I'm not going to say any more on that. Just stay tuned. All right. So with that, man, I want to leave y'all with this reminder as well, to never, ever, 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 ever end up like this.
You too can join us in white heaven.
Praise white God.
Yeah, I love that clip, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I love that clip. Don't end up like that. Don't end up like an Uncle Ruckus. All right. But with that, man, we're gonna say shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.